excited because this is the Overwatch voice actor panel. Are you guys excited? Perfect. So a little earlier, I asked you guys what you're excited about and what you'd like to hear from me. Goodness, you guys have some really good questions. Some of them I'm sure myself too. Also, let's see what we can talk about some Overwatch 2 maybe. I hear some people might be excited to hear some stuff about that. I don't know. I can tell them to keep it quiet though. They probably don't want to talk about it, you know. It's probably not a very big deal. It's gonna be great. Give us just a few more moments. Okay, everybody? Thank you so much for your patience. in the back here. Announcing, we have Anjali Bhimani. Please come out, Anjali Bhimani. We have Ravassa. Next we have Lucie Pohl. And finally, coming in and Mr. Johnny, we have Jonny Cruz. Thank you so much, everybody, and please welcome our beautiful voice actors to the stage.
What's up?
How are you guys all doing today? You hanging in there?
Great. What did you say?
Are you hanging in there? Doing the things?
We're doing the thing.
We are definitely doing the things.
We're definitely doing
I love it. I'm into it. I'm into doing the things. So, hello everyone. Once again, my name is Ashley Kane, and I'm going to be moderating for you all today. I'm a cosplayer and a producer in the video games industry for about 7 years, and that's why I'm here. That's why they asked me. Hello. So you were all in for a treat today, as this, as you know, is the Overwatch Spotlight panel, featuring some of the incredibly talented cast here. I'd love if we could take a moment to share a little bit about your experiences with recording and your roles in Overwatch. What specifically did you found an attachment to when you were ideally recording for either the first Overwatch or the second Overwatch? What do you like?
the money. No, that was a joke.
Yeah, there's no money in video games, actually. There's not. For me, I think the biggest thing to connect to Lucio, he's got just like an upbeatness to him, so I have to get into physical, like a stance, readiness, like I'm on my toes and close to the mic, and I have like a giddiness, a mischievousness. I don't know if you've like been hiding in a closet trying to scare your friend type vibe, you know, that it's kind of like
Chaos in there?
yeah, there's a little bit of that, and just like those pieces I think are important to put into my voice. What does it really sound like when I'm sincerely excited and happy? So yeah, when recording, it's a physical thing for me.
And I have the vibe of the person being scared by the friend. They jump out of the closet. There's a lot of physical stuff too, but Johnny already touched on that. For me, as the game has progressed, it's been a lot about knowing and thinking about how excited you guys are going to be about these new voice lines coming out, so that kind of like lifts my energy a lot and makes it really fun. And because I think part of the question was what like makes you connect to the character or to the recording. So that's really cool. And then yeah, I don't know, I guess I just snapped right into it. For me, my mother was a big inspiration for the character, so you know, spend enough time with her to do the voice. But yeah, I think it's just knowing how much it means to so many people that really revs me up.
Does your mom walk around? Wow, this is powerful. Does your mom walk around the house with wings?
Yes.
What do you mean, heroes never die?
No, she just screams, clean that up.
That should be a voice.
That should be a voice line.
It really should be. Stop falling.
One of the things that I connect to the most with Sombra is her dark sense of humor. I can be pretty sarcastic myself sometimes, and I just like that when I'm trying too hard in the voice booth, I just kind of have to like lean against something or relax, and Sombra would be like, no, whatever, that's how I'm going to say it. So I feel like that's kind of how Sombra works, and it's fun to discover and explore more of that. It's not always just sarcasm. There's little comedy, little quips, and there's all these layers that JD, the director, helps us find. I'm losing my voice because I have talked to too many of you for the last 2 days, and I can't do apagando las luces up there, and guys watch, I can't do boop. So I've just been doing.
Someone nerfed Sombra.
I've been nerfed. So now let's go. Bam. So come over and I'll give you a bam.
Saddest food.
It's a sad. I'll be your surrogate.
We can't. it cracks my voice.
Party Sombra. Yeah.
Party Sombra.
Party Sombra.
For Symmetra, she's infinitely more like elegant and composed than I am in my real life. At least like 99% of the time I'm not. And so there's definitely a steadiness that I have to get into, because otherwise I'm running around just a crazy person. And there are two things that I think I tap into the most when voicing her. One is her directness, I feel like, comes from her just knowing she has to get things done, and so sometimes she'll say something that sounds very rude, but part of that is because she doesn't have necessarily the social awareness, because she's very focused on the task. So when she says, "You were not meant for greatness," it isn't meant as an insult, but it's like the most awful thing to hear ever. And then it's just like channeling every judgmental Indian auntie I've ever had. Because literally when the line, "Let us discuss your failures," came out, I was like, "Auntie, Michael, stop calling my aunties and asking them what to put in this game." Because that was legit. It's a very, if any of you are Indian and have aunties, you know the feeling. Like they can kill you with their one look. Their judgment is palatable.
Just one look, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Just like just a raised eyebrow and then you're laid flat. I should have been a doctor, I'm sorry. But yeah, the elegance and the steadiness of her, and then I'm always wearing high heels in the booth because it's just women always wearing high heels in real life. But for her, again, the stance, the elegance, and the kind of the smoothness that they have her drawn as, I think, fits everything that she says as well.
Excellent. Thank you all. So you all have multiple roles in both acting and voice acting. Is there anything significant or special that you've noticed learning about yourself in recording your roles with Overwatch?
I definitely have learned something from Symmetra. I shouldn't say learn it, but I aspire to be more this way because of her, because it's also the thing I admire the most about her. And that is that she has taken all of the circumstances of her life, especially the challenging ones, because obviously she did not have the greatest childhood. She was taken away from her family and sent to this company to go work for them, and God knows what happened to her arm. Like there's so many things. And then on top of that, her neurodiversity that kept her from necessarily being accepted along the way. But she has used every part of her story as inspiration to make the world a better place. Whether or not she's, connected to the right company to do that, well, we will find out, because the verdict's out on Mishkar. But she definitely has that single-minded mission to make a better world. And the fact that she, in that first comic, even says, "It used to bother me when people used to ask where I was on the spectrum. It doesn't bother me anymore because I can do things those people can't." And that sense of power that she has taken from all of her challenges is something that I feel like all of us should be able to do, because the very thing that makes us unique is the thing that we can sometimes be judged for, and it is also the one thing that we have that no one else has. So finding what that thing is paramount, and I think she's a really great example of that. Thanks.
I learned that I make really great gross sounds.
Like?
Well, efforts,
Yeah.
I was doing a recent project with the director, and the last portion of it they saved for efforts, and one of this is that you're in a spaceship, you're screaming "Mayday, Mayday." The spaceship blows up, so you have a quick death sound, and then it stops, right? So each one of these lines have these very specific ways in which you die, and I realized that everyone, like you'll do, I don't know, maybe 2 takes of each one, and you'll just fathom it and do it, and we blew through that so quickly. The director was like, "I've never heard such great, incredible death sound that were so real and on the mark." Usually this takes a long time to hit for people, and you nailed it each line. I was like, yeah, man, I just got the gift, you know?
You practice in the shower, don't you?
What?
You practice death sounds in the shower. And then his roommates are like, oh my god, what's happening?
Yeah.
That is true. No, I think that what I learned about that is that the imagination, the ability to go to these places and make it sincere. I mean, it's difficult. It's difficult to do that, and I think I learned that that's something I really enjoy doing. Is the stuff that's not so clear cut, stuff that's so kind of absurd. We don't actually. I mean, nobody is experienced being blown up in a ship, but the imagination, you can go there. I was like, oh, I can do this and that. That was very nice of the director to give me that confidence, knowing in the next thing I die in, it's going to be great.
Most fantastic death.
That's my favorite thing too, the death sounds. I love that because it's so cool. Like you're in a booth and you get to die like 50 different ways, and then you leave and you're like, okay, I'm still alive. That was my
Craziest ways, too, in the craziest ways.
Yeah, and it's so fun, exactly because, and that's why I love voice acting. So that's one of the reasons I love it so much, because you get to play all these characters that you wouldn't ever be able to play on camera or in real life. Sometimes just because you're not the right age or gender, but also sometimes because they're like fantastical beings or just like completely, you know, birthed out of the craziest imagination ever. So I agree, that's one of my favorite things. And I remember the first time I had to do it was on Overwatch. And I was like, and they're like, okay, we're gonna get into the efforts now, and there's like a separate director who's an expert on what it sounds like if you're falling off a cliff, getting electrocuted and stabbed in the head with an ice pick. Like what that death sounds like. And I was so nervous. I was like, oh my God, how? And then they kind of guide you through it. And then it's just about letting it rip and being like, all right, I'm just gonna allow myself to.
You just farted?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, farting, whatever you need to do, but then just sounding as ridiculous as you possibly can and not, you know, even wasting a second thinking about like, oh my God, do I sound crazy? Does this sound ridiculous? No, the more ridiculous, the better, you know?
So how did Mercy sound when she was killed with an ice pick to the head?
She just goes, oh. I just have to, 1 second, can we give it up for look at the Mercy staff back there. The Mercy cosplayers always have to be in the back because they can't properly sit down and they have to poke everybody's eyes out.
And also we've got an incredible Bastion back there.
Wow.
Yeah, the fashion is amazing.
So glad you're sitting.
And like the name out of there too, that's really good. Love it. Perfect, thank you guys. Speaking of death sounds, can we hear your guys' favorite death sounds?
Oh.
Well, what about this could kill you. That's That's pivotal. That's what I'm doing usually.
That was life-changing.
That was impressive.
Right? That helps you. Like I've been.
You guys can't see it, but he's got this punch. Yes, it's good.
Is it like if you're punched, like help yourself get into the flow?
Yeah, definitely. No, I had to think about it. I wanted to be like, let me be accurate. Oh yes, definitely, 100%. Every time I die, that's how I die.
Yeah.
Love it.
What was that a question?
What's your favorite death sound?
Oh God. I want to die like Zenyatta. Anjali. Like how does he die? Everything's peaceful. That's what I want for my voice right now.
I feel like, I don't know if it's my favorite, but the one that I hear the most when I'm playing is death by falling off something, because I don't know where I'm going and I don't play the game very well. So I'm like, this is great, I'm finally running forward. Like I'm finally figuring it out. And then usually, I think there's one where she hits something on the way down.
Yes.
So it's like, and then like you're like, oh, I hear that sound probably more than I hear any of my voice lines when I am playing, because usually it's just me yelling at myself, trying to play better.
Dude, the first time I played Overwatch, because I've played so many times, the first time was at BlizzCon, and when Sombra came out, and I'm terrible at gaming, guys. The last time I played a video game was Mario Kart when I was 7. And so
3 years ago.
yes, 3 years ago. And I was just fascinated with the world that I was in, and I didn't really know how to move Sombra properly, so I was like walking into a wall like 7 times, and my friend's like, "Hey Gato, why do you keep walking into that wall?" I'm like, "You can see me?" He's like, "Yes, we're playing the same game." Guys, I thought I was playing alone, and nobody could see how pathetic I was. He's right next to me playing, telling me how pathetic I am. And then I'm running, or whatever Sombra's doing, and I see this gorgeous like cliff, and I just think, Sombra can jump off of this and fly, so I literally jumped off of it and died.
No, I thought the same thing.
And then I gave up. I've never played it.
I totally thought the same, and I'm like, she's spry in heels, she can take this. No, can't take
Or
this.
die, or drown, or whatever.
Do all of you play Overwatch or have had some experience playing Overwatch?
Johnny plays the most. Johnny streams.
Johnny's very.
I'm gonna reach Grandmaster maybe in the next month or 2. Some will say that I am boosted. Some will say that the team I'm with is carrying me. This is all horse. Half of it's true, but I'm at 3,900, okay? So I can't have a team anymore to boost me, right? I can only do duos. So maybe if like, I don't know, I had somebody like...
You know what you need? You need me to come over to your house and be your side seat Symmetra driver, saying, "Let us discuss your failures," over your shoulder while you're playing.
I don't want that.
Yes.
I don't want... No. I don't want that. I need constant encouragement. I'm doing good. You got it. You can do it. That's what I say to myself. That's Lucio. Yeah, but I do play it. It's such an addictive game. And I've been playing with the community, and all of you guys have either come on stream, help me get boosted, taught me something, playing scrims.
What's your Twitch channel, Johnny?
Your
What's
Twitch?
Yeah.
Jonny Cruz, J-O-N-Y, C-R-U-Z-Z-Z. 3 Z's because I'm sleepable.
Yeah. Isn't sleepable? Is that?
Yeah. I am sleepable if you're a good animal.
Oh yeah, love it. So Lucie and Johnny, some new news just came out about your Overwatch skins for Overwatch 2. Have you guys seen it, or do you have any opinions on it?
Wait,
Some new looks that are supposed to be for the Overwatch 2.
Oh, that, you mean a while ago, not just yesterday?
oh yeah.
No, it's not yesterday, sorry. I live in tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
No, that was great. Yes. No, I love it. It looks. What do you guys think? Do you like the new look?
I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Is there anything in specific you guys are most excited about?
The game coming out.
Oh. Do you happen to have a date for that?
9 years.
Oh.
No, I do believe that there was an announcement that it's for the Overwatch League,
Yes.
March or April. They're going to be playing Overwatch, the new iteration of Overwatch for the league. I don't know if it'll be out for everyone at the same time, but that's sooner than I expected.
Yeah, it's coming out soon. It's coming out soon.
So that's really cool. I don't know about the PvE, but at least the PvP is looking like that might be moving forward.
I sense a little bit of anticipation from you, Johnny.
I want to kill it. I want to get in there. I want to be top #1 Lucio. Only Lucio. Like, you know how you see the 3 there that are like, he plays Anna, he plays Beth. I just want it just to be Lucio. That's it. #1. Because that's so meta and so dumb. I gotta do it. I gotta do it.
We believe in you.
I'm really excited for there to be more story game stuff in it. Like we did get a chance to play at the last BlizzCon there was. We got a chance to play Gato and I and I think Theo.
Pathetically.
We played. I mean, we played. We made it. We made it happen.
We weren't good, but we played.
I was a good
She was good. Zenyatta and I were terrible.
That's all right. And I got to. Jonny Cruz was encouraging me through the computer.
Yeah.
I just
really good at this game. But I'm really excited for it to be more story game because I'm just way better when I'm playing against the computer than when I'm thinking of playing with my friends and trying to find them and kill them. I fail immediately. Also, I have no idea where anyone is. I have no spatial awareness. So the story stuff I'm very excited about. Yes.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Some cool stuff.
So I came and visited you guys a little before this, and I learned that you guys have some hidden talents. I want to hear about them. So, what is your hidden talent, my friends?
The one you talked about at the party last.
Oh, yeah, you can ask me. My hidden talent is I can sleep anywhere at any time. That's probably the thing I'm best at in life, is my ability just to go to sleep at any time. When I tell people that, like, if I'm tired or it's late night, I've heard people struggle with going to sleep, and I don't understand that, because I'd be like, all right, yeah, see you tomorrow morning. And I'm very proud of this now. I'm very proud of it.
It's a very useful skill.
Oh, yeah.
That's what being able to
Shows.
But you can't do that. That's acting.
Niche acting.
Jonny Cruz, everyone.
I'm a really good brunch maker. Brunch.
Ooh, brunch. What's the key brunch?
Eggs. Eggs have to be in every breakfast.
Every breakfast.
They can be fried, they can be scrambled, I can make an omelet, I can make a frittata, you name
We
it.
don't discriminate.
You can throw it at your head.
You can throw it at your head. Colombians throw eggs on people's heads for their birthday. I can do that. It's a wonderful thing. It's not so much a hidden talent. If you spend the night at my house, I'll make you breakfast.
Is it forward brunch? I was going to say, they crack the egg. That's not.
No, just for your birthday. No, just for your birthday. I miss that.
Your turn.
My turn?
Yeah.
No, I'm a really good crowd weaver.
The hell does that mean?
That's a skill you learn in New York City, baby.
Oh,
Yes. Crowd weaving.
Yeah.
Also, because while you do parkour, contentious. While I do parkour, another very special skill of mine, preferably on stoops that don't have more than 2 steps. Really good at that. Otherwise, all my talents are out in the open, people. They're not hidden because I'm, trying to impress everybody all the time.
Parallel parking. I'm really good at parallel parking. I can kind of parallel park anything.
And no assisted technology, correct?
No.
She doesn't.
I am on assisted technology. I use the force. No, it's like legit. I actually took a picture. I went to an audition a few years back, and I actually took a picture of the parking spot that I got into because I was so proud. And I was like, I don't care if I book this job. I'm really proud of my parking job. This is awesome. Who gets in there? I get in there. That's right. I got this. So
It'll be fun then. It's my content. And so is my car.
That and then an opera. Those are my 2.
Opera.
That's not like a hidden skill. That's like a thing I've done. So those 2.
As in you
Parking and neuroscience. Anyway,
I mean, when I was a little girl, I wanted to be either an architect or a rock star. We can all be multi-talented. We all do things.
Yes.
I think so. Yeah. So, when you guys go, or you're planning to go into the booth to record, is there any sort of kind of routine that you guys have to follow, or is there a certain drink that you have to
I do the hokey pokey.
Oh, I
And I
love
turn
it.
myself around.
How many
That's what it's all about.
Oh, that's romantic.
I actually have started using something, and I wish she was here because she actually came to visit earlier today. But I started using, there's a thing called the voice straw out there, and you can also like get coffee stirrers and other things. But there's a particular technique of warming up your voice or cooling down your voice that's become very useful to me in voice sessions, particularly ones that are going to be particularly difficult, where we're doing efforts or death sounds, or you're just doing a lot of battle chatter, where you're yelling a lot. And I'll do it in the session as well. But it's just, I don't have my bag with me, but it's just like a little metal straw. It's 3 metal straws, and one that's really, really, really tiny. And when you use it and you vocalize through it, it helps reset the way your vocal cords go. Because your vocal cords are supposed to kind of move like this. And when you've been yelling a lot, they're slamming against each other and creating bruises and doing all sorts of awful things. So I use that before and during a lot of my sessions now, and it's made a lot of difference because I used to lose my voice a lot and I don't anymore. And it helps me then go from yelling to singing to whatever much more easily when you are able to reset the rhythm.
I do a voice warm-up, but I've been blessed. I've never lost my voice. I'm just blessed with that. Then again, I also...
Go to hell.
But I also don't, you know, obviously most of the voices I do are very tough on the voice. So I don't know, yeah, just a vocal warm-up in the morning and then tea.
For me, usually my routine starts right when I get up. Just as a human, I learned that if I meditate every morning, my life goes easier and flows better. It allows me to see and perceive things I need to perceive. So that's where it starts. Having a routine in the morning is really just changed my life.
Where do you meditate, Johnny?
I meditate in the bathtub every morning. It's 5 years, pretty much. Same thing, about 40 minutes to an hour. It's just dealing with the emotions of life. Sitting there with them saying, hey, I see you. I love you. I know you're having these emotions. It's okay to have these emotions. Just being with myself on a daily basis. A lot of times when you go through life, you're here, you're there, you're dealing with all this stuff, and there's a lot of back talk. It's like, this isn't good enough. You need to be better. Blah, 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 blah. We don't realize we're doing that every day and having that much self-talk. So every morning, like if I was a small child and I was my highest self, I'd be like sitting with this small child who's like, I'm afraid of tomorrow. I'm afraid that I won't get this. I'm afraid I won't do this or that. And to be like, hey, it's okay. It's okay. To sit there and do that has been probably something to me that has changed my world. I don't think I'd be here had I not been able to start seeing the world that way every morning, or being with myself and being patient with myself, being empathetic with myself. And that's the first piece. So if I get that piece out of the way, I think it's easier to go about my day, right? And it's essential. And then I drink probably 9 cups of coffee.
It's not good for you.
Which is just the opposite of what we are told to do, but I do the same thing.
Yeah, it's
terrible. It's very bad.
Lucio needs it! But yeah, for the going into voiceover sessions, it's also the same thing, right? As an actor, you're being vulnerable. You're going in there, you're putting something out there to be like, do you like this? Do you like this? Oh yeah! Is that the right amount of oh yeah? Like, that's what goes in your head. It's just to be willing to give that as a gift and let it go, right? To give the performance, do what you prepared, and then let it go, which that's the toughest part. Because you always want to say, do you like me? Do you like it? So I think the mentality behind it all is my routine.
So I want to open it up to questions, but I did want to go off topic a little bit. And you just wrote a book.
Oh, I did.
And wrote a book
Yes.
called I Am Fun Size and So Are You. And you have a Kickstarter that has...
Yes, it's starting very soon. God, that was
Can we hear a little bit about it?
Yeah, well, I Am Fun Size is actually a series that everyone here has done now at one point or another. You get to get the solo one. But it's a series I started in 2017 because you guys, like specifically at the time it was the Overwatch community, and then it became the whole online community, were so generous with your art and your cosplay and just putting yourselves out there. And I wanted to put something back out, as an offering, and I felt like the only thing that I really had to offer that was unique was my set of unique experiences and the lessons I've learned from them. My failures, all of it, whatever, some very cringy stories, all of it. So recently, because people have been asking, I I turned the series into a book, which is to come out later this year, provided printers and everybody is able to do the things that they are able to do. And we are doing a Kickstarter, which should be starting next Friday. And it's very exciting, and there's going to be some really cool stuff in there. There's going to be some really fun stuff. Some ladies here helping me out. So yeah, but keep an eye out for that book, because I really want to. It's called I Am Fun Size, not because I am short or a candy bar. It's called I Am Fun Size because I feel like we're all fun size. We're all built for fun. But life and life's challenges quite often make us feel really small or sad or alone, and we don't get to feel that fullness of our life. So it's essentially my way of saying, like, I got you. Let's go. Let's use my flashlight that I managed to figure out these things with, get you out of the cave, and hopefully provide some laughs too. And my dog Charlie is in it, so now you really want to check it out.
Disclaimer, okay, anything she says about me in the book is untrue, okay? There's a lot of things going around about what she said about me, it's untrue.
What about the things that you said about you? Well, oops.
Excuse me.
Guys, I just broke Lucio. Oh my god, I'm sorry.
Thank you so much, Ange. And I have the QR code if any of you are interested in your Kickstarter. Come scan it with your camera. I know I'm funding, so.
Oh, thank you.
I do want to open up audience questions if it's okay with you guys. So please come line up. There are quite a few, so I hope you're all ready. Go ahead, friend. What is your question?
I was wondering if, like, you think, give your favorite voice lines from any character, just in your character.
Oh.
Which one?
If at first you don't succeed, blow it up again.
Say bacon one more time.
Yeah. Die.
So, the question was in R, another voice line in R's?
Yes.
Do Genji's outlining.
No! I have one that I like. And it's so small and cheesy. Reinhardt, I must admit, you're looking quite well.
Is that Tracer?
That's Anna.
Oh.
Reinhardt, I must admit, you're looking quite well.
I want to be on this so badly. She's like the bomb. What a great question.
They have a cute little interaction. I love it. And then somebody made like a little YouTube video of it, which they keep doing it in the video. I lost it. Love it.
Thanks for your question. Hello, friend.
You say you Overwatch, right? Overwatch kind of has this toxic community to it.
Right.
What is the worst interaction you've had with your teammate? Because oftentimes there's quite a few bad outcomes for your team.
Asking the hard question.
Yeah, so I think the biggest thing is we all think we're communicating well as a community in the game, right? We're all like, yeah, I'm saying I need healing, I'm doing what I need, right? So anytime I think there was a Genji that pushed forward beyond, like, I mean, he was out of position, right? And he was getting mad at the Reinhardt, who was at the choke point, right, doing his job, and he's yelling at Reinhardt for not shielding him. He never said a word, right? We just watched this guy going out of position, we're like, what is he doing? But also, we didn't call at that moment, hey, you're getting out of position, right? So he gets mad and is like, dude, you suck, you should, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, hey, whoa. I was like, we can't read minds, right? You're out there doing your own thing and you're mad that you got killed, but you're not communicating, right? You're not saying, hey, I'm gonna push up, somebody watch my back, right? I'm gonna come back. Reinhardt, I need you to pull in front of me, right? So the biggest thing, I think everybody's getting angry within the community because there's not enough communication. If you're not communicating and with empathy, there's gonna be a lot of toxicity. So he was initially like really heated, but because it's like, hey man, we're here together, we're working as a team. If you want help, we're here to help you. You just gotta call it, right? And let's work as a team to strategize it. And by the end of it, he knew, he was just like, yo, I'm sorry, right? So it's not to respond and like, you're dumb, right? It's like, hey, dude, I'm here to help you. I didn't know that happened. Next time, just call it and I'm there. right? So that attitude is way better than being angry, because when you come at heat, when you respond with heat to heat, it's just going to become toxic fire. But we as a community have to start to learn how to communicate better and effectively on that end. So if somebody is heated, to not add fire, but be like, hey, cool, no worries, we lost that point, let's just group together, here's what we can do, right? If they don't want to listen, that's it, you just lose the game. And it's okay, because that's what you signed up for if you're going into quick play or solo queue, right?
It's fun. It's all about
And
fun.
it's always on the game.
No.
For some people it's a job.
It's life, it's support, it's life support, if you would. Yes, Fred.
So this isn't really a question, but more of a request for you, Johnny. So as a fellow Lucio fan who plays about 3 hours a day on Lucio, it's really hard to get the rollouts down on Lucio. So I was wondering if you could say the Lucio's voice line and then the falling voice line, like a step.
Okay. Have some Lucy.
We have time for one more question.
Oh my God, no. Sorry.
No, 3 fast ones.
Speed round. Go faster. Speed round.
I would like to know whether you were practical your voice
Oh, I totally did. Yes, I used my mom's accent to get out of class. I would go to the parking lot in our school, and I would get on the giant cell phone. I had like a giant cell phone at the time, it was like 1904, and I would call and say that I had a dental appointment and can you please let my daughter out of school? And then they would go to the office and I would get the pass. And then you know what I would do? Straight Symmetra style, I would go home and study for another class.
Wow. That's a weird thing to do.
That's you know, they're straight Symmetra.
That's incredible.
Speed round, guys. Super fast.
What do you have most in common with your characters and least in common with your respective characters?
Compassion, boobs.
Come on.
So if you were amazing at everyone, who would you name? Like regardless of who they are.
I would name Zarya. Widowmaker.
Oh, that's nice. But Hanzo, I'm enjoying Hanzo actually.
Reinhardt, because he's so fun.
Go, go, go.
So if you could grab any gadget from the game into real life, it would be
We could what?
gadget from the game.
Something
Oh,
from
I want my teleporter so badly. It's just a giant tease. I would get so much done.
My invisibility cloak. Yeah, I'll take the wings.
Jill, I know you also did your voice Symmetra and Rampart.
Yes.
What are your favorite parts about both those characters?
I think I've already said what I love so much about Symmetra. I love that Rampart, it doesn't matter what is going on, she's got no filter and she's having a good time. She's always having a good time.
You say the paper bag line?
You want me to say the paper bag line? If you don't like what you see, put a bag over your head.
Really quick question right now. How do you feel about the hype that like literally just keeps growing for you every time your character gets revealed and shown off? Everyone loves it.
I didn't know that the hype kept growing. Thank you so much. All the stuff that happened at the beginning, I had no idea what was going on. So when they asked me about it, I was like, what? So that's so badass. Thank you. I mean, I'm very happy about it. We'll keep hacking the planet.
What would your characters order from Starbucks?
What would your character order from Starbucks?
Chai latte with almond milk, no foam.
An Americano with a shot of tequila inside.
Nothing. I don't support big corporations.
Wow.
That feels like a Lucio line too.
Well, he's much like myself, so it'd be a nitro cold brew with salted cream foam with 5 to 6 shots of espresso.
Fred, hi.
Thanks, Fred.
Hi, do you have any tips for aspiring voice actors?
Take classes.
I want to be a voiceactor.com.
Go to that website, it's incredible.
Make a decision that you're going to do it, and the world opens up. That's it.
This is our last question, everyone.
We can get through speed round.
We can do it. Listen, we can do it. We can do it.
Lucio will release a new album when Overwatch 2 comes out.
I mean, if he doesn't, I'm gonna have to, right? Let's do it.
What is on your guys' binge watch list right now?
Sex education. Watch it, it's really funny.
Ted Lasso, Ted Lasso, Ted Lasso, Ted Lasso, Ted Lasso.
I just watched Game of Thrones for the first time ever.
Sorry, it's instinct.
Rick and Morty, Big Mouth, Billions, and we're doing the Fast and Furious 8 entire saga from beginning to end.
What inspired you to do voice acting?
Nothing.
I think the fact that it's just another exciting way to be able to tell stories, because all of us, in one way or another, are storytellers and have loved telling stories through all of these different media that we've gotten to work with. And voice acting is just another branch of that tree, and a super awesome, freeing branch of that tree. And we're just very lucky that we've had the opportunity to do it.
Come say hi to our table.